All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Live Football Manager 2021 Let's Play with AS Roma. So in this playthrough today, we are going to be getting through the week of our first game of the season in the Serie A. We are playing against Atalanta away from home. So let's head over to the training and see what we have initially in place. It's still the pre-season heavy late training, which this is me personally, I actually don't change a lot of the training unless I really notice our game not going well, like my weaknesses in our play. So preseason, I don't tend to mess with the preseason training. That's what I meant by that. So leading up, we've got Crotone, and we'll go through each individual game in episodes. And yeah, I'll show you what I do with the training. So as for now, I'm initially not going to change a whole lot, apart from the match practice. We've got one earlier in the week. So what I am going to do there, I talk about this like I just did now, things that need to be worked on. And a lot of the time for me is going to be the chance conversion, like finishing your chances in Football Manager. I've just felt that's quite an important one to do. Important training session to put in place. Everything else we're going to leave the same, but I said definitely we are going to be seeing more specific changes on that as we progress through the weeks and more games. As now we are continuing, and let's see if anything else pops up. It's away from home. Away from home is always tricky, especially when you're a bigger team. For us, Roma, if we just remind ourselves of the expectations from the board for the season, qualify for Champions League. So, we need like that top 4 position. And for the Europa League, even though we're not playing Europa League games yet, there is pretty hefty expectations versus the balance Roma comes with. That's what I mean. Like, Roma, a bigger team to do a save with, but there's some pressures. For sure, there isn't a whole lot of budget they have to work with if you compare to a similar team in the division like Juventus. Juventus, they've got it all at their hands, most definitely with the quality and the money. Let's see Darbo. We're going to be accepting these. I remember we were accepting some offers for him and considering offers, and the teams that were interested in the player. And then there is. Okay, who's this guy? Again, around that potential, even though they're a young player, always consider, a loan. Yeah, I won't mind a loan, but his future at the club is definitely, up for debate, or not even debate. Okay, there we go. Then the offer comes in for Darbo. Told you we were getting offers for him, and I'm happy to accept that. Really, that's going to be... Yeah, that's going to be a good one. We get 55k up front, and then some more initial fees, or additional fees to be specific, and percentage of profit from next sale, 50%. We'll have to see how all that plays out. But yeah, as I said, for a player that's not going to have the required potential to play at our level, even though he's like a 19-year-old, he was never going to be good enough. Once more, if this was a scout report I got for a player, I'd be nowhere near interested in signing him. So getting any money whatsoever for him, I think, is a very good thing for a player that's just not going to be, crucial for you at all. He'll be, far from that. And we've got some players like Unde. I think he's a great player. Nzonzi comes with a bit of experience. Would he be still important to the club? I'm not too sure because of his age. I'm thinking when these guys come back, but yeah, I love this boy. He's very talented, and I really want to use him. Obviously, we've seen a lot of him. We've seen him in the Premier League with Leicester. He's got talent. So, and I've been aware of him before that, of course. Like in the last few years, he's been a good young player in Football Manager. So, yeah, I can't wait till he comes back to Roma and he can be under my guidance. No pun intended with his name, of course. Maybe there was a little bit, but let's continue on now. Let's see. Miranda to Al Sad. No, I don't want to talk about that. And they might be a little bit sad. Okay, I'm due for a few puns here or there. You get me? But, oh, no. We talked about the importance of training sessions. Leonardo Spinazzola, who I was talking about as our best left back. Here, he's being, left mid being compared. If we go to left back, man, Jesus, we're in some trouble. And I mean, Jesus could play, but I want him to be centre back. But yeah, that hurts. I mean, he got a thigh strain, so he's going to be in some pain as well. But like, all your preparations for the season can just get done like that, or more so, undone. Really, boys. This is not the way you want to start. He's such a crucial player to the team. Because again, he was pinpointed as a really main left back for us. But you know what that means. You know what that means now. Oh, that connection is going to be missing. But young Calafiori, he has got bounds to come in his career. He's only 18. So he'll be like licking his lips. But see, he's someone who he'll learn from. So that's a great relationship for them to have, like a playing relationship, that is, with Leonardo. Like, he's 27. He's definitely got enough experience. He could develop into, such a similar player. I would love that. So, yeah, we've got a good combo there for the future. Because he's only 27 as well. He's far from it. So the captain, I personally don't make any changes to the captain and vice captain. I basically just press confirm here because you can warn, someone about losing captaincy. I'm just going to, leave it as it is. And that's me. That's me. I don't make any changes. But, I don't just leave it the same for the whole save. But it's educated. Like, if you have started, say if you signed a player and he's a very good leader and you've had him for a few seasons, it would be accepting for him to take over after a few years. So it's a case-by-case situation, really. I think that's pretty straightforward. So let's see. Anything else going to pop up, and let's hope there's no more training injuries. I think that's the only thing that could basically happen in these next few days, and that's why we've got a couple rest days. We've had some good training, put a recovery session in there as well. Javier Pastor, it's because his injury, yeah? Yeah. I mean, Zaniolo, he's under 22. Would you register a man, we could, 3 to 4 months, he's going to be back at some point this season. You might, unless there's going to be no trouble with registering him. So, yeah, you might as well. We're not going to be able to use him for a few more months, but we'll be using him later in the season. So make sure he will be able to register. I remember talking about Jose Font last time. Look at this man. 21 years old, Jonas Wind. I mean, I was just impressed by that performance. Maybe, his opponents were. I'm not sure who Sirens FC are. They're from Malta. There you go. If you didn't know, my dad's side of the family is Maltese. So I'm half Maltese, technically. And I didn't even know of them. There you go. But anyway, that was funny to me. All right. So again, it makes sense why he scored 4 goals against a Maltese club. That basically sums things up. But Atalanta coming up. So we've got a training report there. Again, coaching qualifications. You can get into that, get your staff on, studying for, the next level in their licenses. That's always going to help because in turn it improves their attributes. So it's a wise thing. If you were to do that, we're going to leave that for now. Guga, loan, no. See, sometimes the game doesn't read your decisions, which I don't exactly like. I guess for a fringe player, the game's reading him. We've got him as a fringe player, backup. But that's really good. He's not going to be... No, I'm not going to put him on the loan list. These other guys, Tomasini, his potential doesn't really have enough, so we'll put him on the loan list. But, they're not going to be good enough. They're probably ending up going to be players that will be released. So, we just go through the process. Guga, unfortunately, no, we're going to just give him, I reckon, probably something like a bigger number. A 20, does it really matter what number we give him? Give him a 25, probably going to be changed at a later date. If he's going to be our main fullback, in main right back in the team. So I've no idea who this man is. Zakaria, a little bit of potential. We're going to leave him because we're not probably going to use him in the team. So we'll leave it like that. Not really any major changes to the squad numbers. Not going to go through individual ones. We leave them as they are, as they would be in real life. So again, we're not going to take too much out of these, like Wolfsburg, Weghorst, we're not, that's what I mean. It's sometimes there can be players that impress you, And sometimes they're just going to play an easy team and like where I could score a hat-trick against. I mean, they would have to be pretty bad for me to score a hat-trick against them, but you get my point. Fuzato, Daniel Fuzato. See, I start to mess up players' names when I try an accent, and I probably wasn't even doing it I wasn't doing it nowhere near correctly, so I should just pronounce it, Daniel Fuzato, just with an Australian accent. All the names are going to start to mess up. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked a little bit here. We need to compare for a second. Where is he at? If we are going to loan him. Yeah, we were trying to get rid of him, weren't we? Get rid of him. Chuck him out the door. 2 goalkeepers should be enough for me, especially like these guys are all experienced. Like they're all got value in them. If we need that third, we can bring up a young player. I don't think we'll have 2 injured goalkeepers at a time. So, there's a bit in here. Future additional fees, 50%. And this is a loan, right? Because that comes... This is so in-depth. So that's a future additional fee if they go on to use his optional fee. I'm just going to accept all that. There's so much to take in of that, but we will nonetheless. So, yeah, that was mad. So let's go see what we do in this first game. Anything else going to pop up? Let's go through these last messages. There's going to be a reunion. Gasparini, so some hype in the build-up. Atalanta. Is it Atalanta favourites? Roma, we go into the game every chance walking away with something against slight favourites, Atalanta. What's their prediction for the season? I know they've got some good players. Their media prediction is 7th, so they're going to be dangerous. And what I like about playing in the Serie A, you have a bit more... I'm tired of playing in the Premier League. How many teams? Guys, 4-2-3-1. And yeah, some other nations as well, like some other leagues, that seems to be a very popular CPU formation in Football Manager, but in the Serie A in Italy, they're going to come with this 3 at the back, 5 at the back, depending on the setup with the wing backs and all that. So yeah, it's just something different. Just my personal enjoyment of Football Manager. Yeah, just going to be able to have a different experience and different challenges. So Gasparini, he's a good manager. He's experienced. If you can't tell by his hair, 62 years old. So he gives off that vibe that he's got. I'm not going to give any information. Keep pretty tight. See, this is where you can get into the mind games of Football Manager. If you want, sometimes I'll decline. Situation based, or just it's almost mood based as well. Sometimes it's like that in FM if I want to talk to them or not, if I'm in the mood, but sometimes you can play a bit of mind games as well. So there's a lot in it. There's a lot in that as well, but it is game day. Boys, we have made it. We have made it here. New deal for the keeper. So that's what I mean. I haven't even offered to these guys. That's why you got your staff in place. Your head of youth development, Bruno Conti, I've seen around a lot. He's actually one of the best. That's a good thing about managing Roma, and he's been there for a real long time. He's been at Roma, former player as well. So I'd be really excited for the youth intakes. I think, he will be, Bruno, he will be helping that cause. So having entered the final season of his contract, Mkhitaryan will trigger a 1-year extension. I think we will. I'll be happy with that. Like, he's 31, and the fact he's got 16 natural fitness, he'll be an important player still over the next couple seasons, I'd say. So, he's 31, but good. Yeah, his natural fitness is pretty solid. So I'm not like, 30 years old, got to get him out of the club. Dusan Vlahovic, I have got in my... I don't want to give away too many things, but I got him in my Sunderland save. And when I got him, because we're a few seasons in and he's older than this, I didn't know he was a wonder kid. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. See, playing your FM saves, you can figure things out like that. Have you ever had a similar experience to that? You start another save and you notice a player you've had, but he's older, so you didn't know he was a wonder kid, but you've got him. There you go. That's it. That's an interesting one. So let's get into it, though. I do suggest you can take these pre-match tactical advice, like take it on board. What I do is, me personally, because I'm very happy with my tactical setup, changes to the team I'm going to make when we get into the team selection. And because tactics, I want to notice what I need to build off. Like, I put in, initial base, and our pre-season was all right. don't forget our results. So I still like to make a judgment. We didn't lose a game. There was a lot of easier games there. You can't get that wrong. But Inter, great result. We beat Inter and we beat Porto. FC Porto is a pretty solid team as well. So those were a couple results where we can judge actually our performance and not just say, we should have beat them. So today, Morante, happy with him in goals. Spinazzola, going to be really missing him. Rick makes the bench. You got Federico Fazio. How's he rated? He was always a really, really good centre-back. He's 33 years old now. And because his natural fitness, he's holding on to that. And let's take a look at this. Take a look at this setup. Take a look at the setup. Ibanez, he's solid keeper. He's 3-star. Solid centre-back, sorry. He's definitely not a goalkeeper. Morante is playing that role. He and Mancini have a good centre-back connection, so I'm going to give him a go there. So Guga, Calafiori, man, what a game for him. What a chance. Diawara with a little bit of injury. You got Brian in there, who I really don't mind as a player. He's more creative though, but he's got really mixed attributes. But I like them. I like his passing ability, which is very important in midfield. So we are going to utilize him. A DM, a deep line play. See, suddenly you might need to make changes. I'm going to put him deep line playmaker on defense. So Veretout, we're going to switch him up and have him as a box-to-box midfielder. Pellegrini, we might switch things up and put him as our creator, as an advanced playmaker. Look like he is going to flourish in that role. So advanced playmaker, box-to-box mid, and a deep line playmaker. So those are two playmakers in the team. I'm not sure what you think about that. You don't always agree, but I feel I've personally eased off of that. But years back, before people said you shouldn't be using two playmakers, I used to use an advanced playmaker and a deep line playmaker together, and I had pretty good tactics. So I'm going to try that. And if it doesn't work, we will correct that most definitely throughout the save. So there's Pedro there. We've got options on the bench. Diawara with that injury. I mean, who's this guy? Zakaria. We touched on him, didn't we? But I just don't think he's there. He should really be. He should really be in the under 20 squad. He shouldn't be around the first team. At all. Just not good enough. Jesus, we'll go back to him though. How's he? 2.5 star, good attributes. You don't always have to judge off the coach's report. You can judge off their attributes too, but I think we're gonna go in. We'll go in like this. 11 subs from the possible 12. Okay, Federico Fazio. Might as well chuck another one in there while we can. There's something I almost forgot. Set pieces. You guys, it's big. What I'm gonna do initially, we're just gonna get a quick pick in here, so we just have some initial takers, and you might forget, you might not know, you need to actually select on free kicks, as there is a few under that description. So we will do that, and we'll get more into that if we're not creating too much. And under that, if we go to penalties, I might do that in another episode where we actually work on our free kicks and corners, and all that's involved with that. Veretout, we'll just do a quick pick. You got Veretout, Mayoral, Pastore, and Dzeko. In case any of those not playing Pedro, and that should be definitely covering enough. You can also select off allow players who scored 2 goals to take a penalty. But hey, I like giving a player a chance to score a hat-trick on the day. That is a pretty good thing. And normally they finish in my experience. So let's get into the game now, guys. We are ready. We're ready to take on our first opponent and get things underway. This season. Let's see who they're selecting. Atalanta. I want to see more specifically their formation though. So we know what we're coming up against. Tell lads, go out there and press me. I'll try not to do this too quickly in case you're interested about the team talks. I generally go point finger. I have faith in you. Not every single time, but I feel like that's a pretty good morale booster. And quite a few players there get motivated as we get underway there. And they are playing that formation there. But they got the 3 centre-backs and the wing-backs as well. As I said, that's probably something familiar we're going to come up against. So, first game of the season. We click off there. So, what we're going to do here is go to key highlights. I personally think extended highlights are too long when I'm doing content. I would play extended highlights when I'm playing the game privately, when I'm not in a rush, I guess you can say, and play pretty chill. And I just bump up. Okay, I can't do it now, I guess maybe because the game hasn't started yet. Need to kick off. As you can tell, this is a little bit slow, yeah? That's a little bit slow motion. So we're going to push that up by 1. And that's going to be a nice pace, if you wondered about that as well. As I said, I'm aiming this series to be really a tutorial where people, like new players, can pick up tips. So if you're a more experienced player, I touched on that before, like, yeah, just keep that in mind. If I'm saying obvious things that, yeah, you would know, you're like, of course, why is he saying all this stuff? We know this. But yeah, just for those, new players to FM, that's the really goal I'm going for with this one. So hopefully people can pick up some tips. And here's Muriel. What? How did he get through like that? I was shocked. I was like, how did they break through? We made a tackle, and I'm just like, what? How did he get such... Guys, it started. Oh, boy. Looked good in the preseason. We might switch to going attacking now. Got a bit more direct. Suddenly, we're changing our focus. Hit some early crosses in. See the changes we make, if they're going to amount to anything. We're incredibly disappointed. As you could tell, I was shocked how they broke through. We haven't created a chance for the whole game. But at the same time, their formation is a very solid one. And the boys are not looking very good at all. Things aren't looking good here. We need to switch things around. But maybe they know exactly the same thing. We didn't start well enough. And we start in the same fashion of the second half. Whew. Tough start. But at the same time, this is going to give us things we need to work on, which is already hitting me. This is usually how it goes. I noticed some weaknesses in our game already, and we'll address that with our tactics going forward. So, before this game here, Edin Dzeko, not really a lot of opportunity for us to go attacking in terms of our strikers. We don't have a lot at our disposal. We've got Pedro. Al-Shaarawy has been terrible. Can we bring on Pedro here? Let's just take a look. Yeah, Pedro still. I'm just wondering how. Yeah, he's still rated pretty strongly. And any other players that's not... Pellegrini is one of the better players. We're not there. We're not there. Absolutely. Gonzalo. He's a 3-star player. Very creative. He's got some... He's pretty young as well. I like the look of him. We're going to take O'Brien. He's very frustrated, in danger of being booked. So, yeah, a few things there why we want to... Now we'll go 3. We'll go 3 in the mids. Any of those guys, Pellegrini, he's not having the greatest games. We could push him to attacking mid. Yeah. Put him in that role. And maybe Villa... Oh, Mazal. See, the thing is, he's very creative. He's a very creative player. Deep line playmaker on support or roaming playmaker. I like the role of roaming playmaker, to be honest. And Veretout and get a Mazala. We're really... Yeah, looking for some creative roles. Looking for some creative roles here. And Guga, our new signing. We're going to look to push him up. And complete wingback support. Yeah, we'll still leave that role. And we'll look for some overlaps now. Play a bit wider to facilitate that. Extremely high tempo. Let's see how we go with that, being more expressive. Okay, I'm happy with my changes, though. We've made quite a bit there. Let's see what it's going to do. We'll encourage them. Oh, this is... Like, if we had poor friendly games, it would have led me to maybe change a few things up. Not the case. Come on. Oh, can't even make simple passes. So it's a bit more than that. The heads, the body, everything. No, they're not in the game. 3-0. 3-0. There's going to be some things we need to address. That is for sure. But we didn't see this coming. They've had 5 shots in total for the game. We just haven't been able to construct anything today, which is, it's not what we saw in the preseason. So it's hard to really take a game. And we're going really extreme now. So this is definitely not our main tactic. This is not... not happy. I'm really not. Oh, we finally got a shot. We finally got 2. Do that. It's not going. It doesn't matter. We're not getting the result. So we just need to end the pain basically at this point. But yeah, this is not the worst thing, because now I can show you where we're going to address things going forward. If you don't start too well with your tactics, where you are going to look to change things up. So, but that was I did not see that coming after a 4-1 Porto. And Porto is a decent side as well. Maybe we got infected. Look who scored for them. So you never know. You never know. And an early preseason game where Inter, Christian Eriksen, so that shows they were playing a full team just because one of their players scored. But we came up against a couple good teams in the preseason and I really looked confident. But on game day, we just weren't up for it. So next episode before the Crotone game, we're going to maybe see if we can make some changes or, if anything, work on an additional second tactic to show you guys if things aren't going to plan, you're going to need a second backup, not just for in the game, but in your general setup as well. But during the match is very important when you're going to need something to change to. So those kind of things we are going to figure out, and I'll show you guys in the very next episode.